This is the Cessna-style throttle, propeller and mixture panel, complete with flaps and trim wheel from a small independent maker called FlightSimStuff. Now before we jump, a quick shout out to Pimax. They're running a fantastic upgrade event throughout the end of the year. If you've owned a VR headset before, you can get up to $100 off on the Crystal Lite or go for the Crystal Super and receive an exclusive bundle with DMAS headphones and prescription lenses worth over $250 combined. All details can be found in a link that's shared in the description below. Now I actually tried one of the earlier units a few years ago, a simpler throttle quadrant, and even back then it struck me on how something handmade could feel so flight deck authentic. So when this new model has arrived, I was genuinely curious to see how much it has evolved. At the first glance, it looks delightfully practical, about 12 inches wide, 5 3/4 inches deep, and roughly 2 inches tall at the front, rising to 4 at the trim section. It's 3D printed and hand assembled, which gives it a certain charm. The finish isn't glossy or factory perfect, but there's something honest about it, like a well-used yoke in an older Cessna. Now each control is a push-pull lever, throttle, propeller and mixture, and they move all smoothly through the range. The throttle even includes a locking nut, so you can twist and fix its position, which is especially useful for long cruise segments. Now the flap switch is a momentary rocker, push up to raise, down to lower, and it self-centers nicely. Now the trim wheel, interesting one, has about 4 full rotations, or 10, if you opt for the upgraded potentiometer, giving you that satisfying fine-tuned control that's often missing in commercial panels. Now the setup experience is basically blissfully simple. As simple as that. There's no drivers to install, no cryptic configuration files. It's true plug and play. Works with Windows, Mac, recognizes instantly, and it works flawlessly in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, 2024 and XPlane. Now something to note is that it doesn't work on consoles, which is Xbox, and this is pretty much a PC simmers tool, so for anyone on desktop, it's as easy as connecting to a 10-foot USB cable and assigning access. I hope this works on Xbox, plus the upcoming PSY version as well in the future. Now let's talk about the sim performance. In practice, it feels surprisingly refined. Throttle travels smooth, prop and mixture movements are firm but not stiff, and inputs register cleanly without any jitter or noise. The trim wheel is the real treat here. It turns with proper resistance, allowing small, precise adjustments that genuinely help you settle an aircraft into stable flight. So whether you're flying in 172 or a Bonanza, these micro movements make the difference. It's not flashy, it's simply effective. Let's talk about everyday practicality. It comes with a desktop mounting bracket, which is a thoughtful inclusion. The unit stays put, even during more enthusiastic takeoffs. The footprint is compact enough for most tests, and the long cable gives you flexibility if you're running multiple devices. Shipping within the US is free, and it arrived well packed with a 1-year warranty. I rather like the idea that someone sat down, printed these parts, fitted the potentiometers, soldered the boards, and tested it themselves. It comes as a personal touch, and in an era of mass-produced sim gear, that's quite refreshing. Now, having used the earlier model, the newer TPM system feels more mature, better balance, smoother in motion, and mechanically sturdier. It's a quite evolution, not a reinvention here, and it's perfectly fine. So if you're the kind of simmer who values tactile realism over virtual flash, the FlightSimStuff Cessna-style TPM panel is worth considering. It's simple, effective, clearly built by someone who flies, or at least truly understands those who do. Yes, it's 3D printed, and yes, it lacks the polish of big brand gear, but in use, it delivers where it matters. Feel, precision, and immersion, and with free domestic shipping and a full year of warranty, it's a remarkably complete package for something made by hand. So, well done to FlightSimStuff. It's good to see small makers growing, still cracking practical tools for serious simmers. If you enjoyed this review or simply appreciate a calmer look at flight sim hardware, do consider subscribing. And as always, thank you ever so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye for now.